Hi, my name is Jessica, and this is a brief how-to on how I did my typography project. My first attempt at typography was a self-portrait of my face. I took a lot of different swatches of the different colors in my face and hair, and then I would zoom in really far and try and adjust each little letter to conform to that color. After I adjusted the colors of the text, I would zoom back out and then mess with the opacity of the layer of my face so I could get it so it just had the text on there. Some problems with this though were, like I'm trying to do now, I couldn't go back and edit the text layer after I had rasterized it, and I would rasterize each text layer after I completed it. I also came to realize how difficult it would be to work with the small areas like my eyebrows and my eyes and adjust the colors just right. I ended up heading a different direction with my project, and I tried to do a picture of myself and a group of my friends, and I would go in and do the same kind of thing with more swatches and more editing of text layers and try to get each letter to be the shade that it was in the photograph. You can see when I zoom out and adjust the opacity of the layer that it did start to form the different faces, and if I had continued it would have created a decent product, but again the detail would be hard to create of the little features like eyes and such. It would be an incredibly tedious process. I ended up going back to the self-portrait idea, but in a much different way. First, I erased everything else in the picture but what you see with my face and shoulders. Then I posterized the layer so the colors were more defined. Then I would use the eyedropper tool to select a different color, then go to the color range, and yes, the sampled colors, and it would select the range that I wanted. Then I would zoom in to make it easier and go to my brushes and the preset brushes I had made with my name, Jessica, or other words like laughter that you see. I would go mess with them in the brush presets and with the size or the rotation and put them into that color range. And it wouldn't go outside those lines, so it had an interesting look. Finally, though, I decided on a different route with my project. To make the hair like I did here, I would have to make new brush presets, and here I go into that layer and create a text box and put the name Jessica in there, change it so it's a darker color. Then I would proceed to the select tool and I would select the area with the name and go up and define brush presets and rename it to something easier, and okay. So next time I went to my brushes, I could go down and there it is. I have to make sure I'm in different layer. The way I would use those brushes was by making the layer with my face visible, and I would go to the brush area and then find the brush I wanted, the different fonts I've made, and when I choose one to use, go to the brush presets again, and then I can adjust the angle and the size of the brush I'm going to use, and then I would go to the different colors and like I did here, make it either black or brown to fit the hair. I did the same kind of thing with my facial features. I would pick out a brush and make my face visible and just make the brush a lot smaller and just the angle and make little brushes. Creating all of the text surrounding my face was fairly simple. I just used the lyrics to a song and would create little text boxes and duplicate them and adjust them and scale them to fit my needs. Everything I've talked about in this video came together to produce this final project, and I hope what I've said has given you a little insight into typography.